As a beginning kayak fisherman, what do you need to get? What's the important stuff versus what's not the important stuff? How to choose your kayak, how to know that you made the right choice. Let's get into it. I am Lab, and this is Wild Backyards Fishing. All right, step one. One, you need to pick out a kayak. So go online, pick out a kayak, whether it's a Hoodoo or something like a Rockland or one of the other ones out there. Of course, you have your more expensive ones that can get up many thousands of dollars. But personally, I say as a beginner, try to find one that's around $1,000 to $1,500. This one here happens to be a pedal fin drive, and that's the one thing I wanted to go with. I chose this one because it's also my weight and the fact that I do want to stand up on this kayak from time to time. So the Rockland Muskie 120 is 12 feet long and 35 inches wide. It's quite stable on the water, and though you really won't find reviews about the Rockland out there, what you will find is the Hoodoo 120, whatever. Any rate, you'll find it out there, and the reviews on it, once again, stability on the water, guys standing up, doing the dance, it doesn't tip over, and it seems to work well. It will also have a much higher weight capacity if you're a larger person than some of the little 10-foot or 9-foot kayaks. So that's your first step. Pick one, look at the specs, make sure it's going to hold your weight, the most important thing, and then let's move on from there. Next, now that you've chosen your kayak, go to YouTube. Pretty much every fishing kayak on the market today has already been reviewed by somebody somewhere. So what you need to do is go over to YouTube, look up your specific kayak, the one that you chose, and before you even buy it, check out the reviews. Look at what they did on the water. Was it stable on the water? So on and so forth. These guys are going to tell you like it is 99.999% of the time, and you're going to know if that is the right choice. If it is, go ahead and put it in the cart and buy it. If not, move on to a different kayak and go from there. All right, something that every kayaker needs, two things in particular, are one, a PFT, a personal flotation device. Any kind of a vest will do. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy as long as it fits and it feels comfortable. So make sure you try them on in the store before you buy. The other thing that you're going to want to do is, well, the flag. Now back on the back of this kayak, you see there's a flag with a light at the top, and it will extend quite high up in the air. The reason I use this is when I'm on lakes with other boaters, water skiers, etc., it makes me more visible to them who are running around at high speed compared to me just paddling around at a very slow speed. So what about accessories? Well, the thing is, to be a fishing kayak, really all you need beyond your personal flotation device and your safety flag, your kayak, well, your paddle, of course, you're going to get a paddle with it. But beyond that, you need your fishing gear. That's it. Personally, if you do not use other things, then don't buy them. Don't try to go out on the water looking like some of those big tournament fishermen when that's not you. An example would be, looking at mine here, I do use a depth finder, but I'm not using this depth finder to find fish. I could care less about that part. Really and truly what I use it for is the depth of the water. This is a fin drive, so I've got fins that hang around underneath here, and I'll show those to you right here. And if it's getting shallow where I can't use my fins, I know to pull them up, and that's an easy way to tell is with a depth finder. However, if you're not going to use it, you don't have pedal drives, and you don't really use a fish finder in the past, there's no point in you having one on your kayak unless you really want one. Another thing would be a cup holder. Now this kayak has a built-in spot for a cup holder, but you know, for your cans of Cokes or a bottle of Coke or beer or whatever, but it doesn't hold my big water bottle that I like to carry, so I bought an additional one to stick on here. I personally would never use live view sonar, front scan sonar, because to me, I'd spend half my day staring at the screen, seeing and watching fish move through the water, than actually doing fishing and enjoying the nature and the scenery behind me. So that's another important thing. Next up, rod holders. So there is an additional rod holder right here on this kayak, but mine happens to come with a rod holder here, and it comes with rod holders in the back. There's two in the back, two here in the front. Now, if you're comfortable with sitting on your kayak and reaching behind you to grab your rod, then you don't need to buy an additional rod holder unless you just want to have it for the reason I have it. And it's not for exactly fishing as per se. I will set a rod in here and let the line out in the water, let it do its thing, while I'm rigging up my second rod, which is going to be trolling behind me as I move along. So that's a good reason to have it. It's out of my way. It's not directly in this spot. I don't have the rod tip right there. So if you want one, feel free to get one. On the other side, I do have a net. And in front of that, if you can see it, I have a cell phone holder. Now, I like to make videos when I'm on the water. A lot of people do. So there's a cell phone holder there. And right here is also a mount for a GoPro. Again, if you're not the person who wants to film yourself out on the water and make YouTube videos or Facebook or whatever social media you use, then getting a GoPro camera mount might be pointless. Also, a cell phone mount might be pointless. You might be the person that does like to take photographs, though, in which case a mount for a big DSLR camera or a cell phone would come in handy so that when you hold up your fish, you can just reach over, hit the button, and take a picture. Bottom line is, don't think that you need to buy 7,000 tons of accessories to have a kayak just because the big sport fishermen, tournament guys have that stuff. And finally, most kayaks in the rear have bungee cords and enough space that you can take and buy a milk crate or just get a grocery store to give you one for free and strap that milk crate back there underneath those bungees to handle carrying other stuff such as your fishing gear, your tackle box, your lunch, and anything and everything else you can carry. You might be one of those that wants to fish and camp, which I do sometimes, so you throw your tent and your sleeping bag and all that back there in the back, and you've still got your milk crate sitting back there to do that. If you want to do a trolling motor, some people want trolling motors, some people don't. Don't feel like you have to have one to go out and fish and have a good time. It's not necessary. Don't buy it if you don't need it. And finally, remember this. Going fishing is not, to me anyway, and a lot of other people, it's not really about catching fish. It's about going out and enjoying nature, getting out into the sunlight, generate that vitamin D, and having fun. Hey, if I catch a fish, it's on the side. It's great. It's bonus points. Again, if I'm going out crabbing, on the other hand, and I've got my crab pots tied to the front of this, and I'm out in Grays Harbor dropping to get crab, well, there it's all about the crab, not the fishing. All right, guys, I'm Lab for Wild Backyards Fishing. If you guys like this video and want more, make sure you give me a follow. You can also like, subscribe, share. I am Wild Backyards Fishing on YouTube, TikTok, and right here on Facebook, as well as Instagram. You guys have a beautiful day. Enjoy your fishing. Enjoy your new kayak when you get it. And remember, most of all, just have fun.